Okay, so I'm on my test bench here and I have something very interesting to share with everybody. What this is an acrylic and metal case to house a MK3 PCB. You can see the three cut out right there, and this is I think it's a white acrylic. It could be clear. I think it's a clear acrylic. The ones I've seen before in the prototypes I think were white metal or white acrylic, but this is the clear acrylic, and it's brown because it has the protective coating on it and the hardware. But basically this is a protective case for your MK3 PCB, and this company, I will post a link in the description below where you can go to the website and check them out. But this company actually they plan to make a lot more. I think they've got one for, I think currently they have the MKs, MK1, 2, 3, and 4, if I'm not mistaken. But they do plan on making protective covers like this, or protective cases I should say, for a lot more games. They're currently working on Strikers 1 and 2 and Gunbird 1 and 2 with some popular shmups there. But yeah, so this is basically it's going to be, once I put it together here, we're going to open it up and unpack it here and put it together and see what type of hardware this is, what type of tools I'll need. We're going to put it together and see how it functions and what it looks like. Now, I don't think it's very practical in a in-cabinet type of environment. I think it's an enclosed case. There's a vent here for the heat sink for the audio, the amplifier. Actually, I think it says Ultimate across here. Here's the M, and I think there's the I right here. I think it may say Ultimate across here. That's kind of neat. We'll find out what it looks like once it's unwrapped. I'm not sure. I think the prototypes were white. This may be clear. I can't say. It looks like clear from the sides. But we'll find out what type of hardware we're going to need. I'm sorry, we have the hardware. What type of tools we'll need to put the hardware in. And I think it's an enclosed case. I will find out. But I don't think it's very practical for inside of your arcade machine. I think this is meant more for if you have a super gun or something like that, where you can display or have this on display for display purposes. But inside the cabinet, I don't really know if it would serve you any purpose, because you wouldn't be able to enjoy it or see it. It would protect the PCB in the cabinet, but there's not really any reason for that. The board is mounted so far back, if someone spilled soda all over the control panel or whatever, there's really no danger of the board becoming damaged. And if it's secured to the inside of the cabinet, again, there's not really any chance of it being damaged. So I don't really understand the purpose of this if you're going to use it inside of an actual arcade cabinet. And there's currently no way to even mount it inside an arcade cabinet. If you were to put this together and put the board in this case here, and once you have this complete, there's no way to physically mount it to the inside of the cabinet. And the company that makes these reached out to me and told me that they are planning on modifying these in the future with a future revision to allow you to mount these in your cabinet if you wanted to do so. But this is more for like a display purpose of your board, or if you have a super gun, you can use it for a super gun. Pretty sure that's what this is for. But with all that information aside, look down in the description below. You'll see I'll put the details of the company and a link and everything that you need to know to check this out if you want to get one of these for yourself. And like I say, I'm pretty sure they have one for MK1, 2, 3, and 4. I don't think that there's actually one for original MK3. I think the only MK3 option is Ultimate. So if you wanted to collect all 5 MK boards, I think you're going to be not able to get one for regular MK3. You're only going to have 1, 2, Ultimate, and 4. But that's fine. So let's get this open and see what it looks like, what we're dealing with. And let's just check it out all together here. Oh, looks like it's already open here. Okay. I want to be careful and not slice the protective coating on the carbonate here. There we go. Let's try and get in between the layers. There we go. Okay. All right. So there we have it. are the hardware. This right here. Okay. Okay, these appear to be, hey, 3D printed. Fancy. Okay, we have some very nice 3D printed standoffs here, it looks like, and these are Allen keys. All right. If we zoom in here, we can see these are very nicely printed 3D printed deals here. So we have the rubber feet here. I imagine this is the foot for the bottom of the case. This will be the top, and then you have the sandwich here in between. So let's zoom back out here. A little bit too far there. All right. And let me go grab, I don't think I have my Allen key set here. I'm going to go ahead and take these apart and set the hardware aside and see if I can figure this out. There's no instructions that I see immediately. Let's set these off to the side here and just go through our inventory. So here we have what I imagine is the top case, and this is a clear acrylic. That's definitely clear. Now I don't know if it's clear on the top and bottom here, but we have what looks like the top piece, a bottom piece. Oh, hey, now that's pretty cool. This is looks like it's laser etched on here. Laser etching, pretty neat. So here you go. Scanline City is who makes this. And I'm gonna have to imagine that this is the inside of the bottom, and this is the side that's exposed to the bottom. This is the inside of the top, because this will be the top. And what probably, I don't know if this will go on the top or the bottom. Maybe like this, and maybe like this as a protector. I don't know. Let me see if I can download some instructions and get this put together and get my Allen key set so we can secure all this hardware, and I will be right back.
Shiva. Cyrex. Round 1. Fight. Outstanding. Excellent. Cyrex wins. Round 2. Fight. Finish her. Cyrex wins. Fatality. Kano. Sindel. Round 1. Fight. Superb. Sindel. Finish him. Sindel wins. Babality. Jax. Sub-Zero. Round 1. Fight. Superb. Jax wins. Round 2. Fight. Finish him. Jax wins. Fatality.
Okay, well, here it is. Pretty neat, I must say. You can even see me. Hey, what's up? But yeah, pretty awesome. Again, I didn't see any instructions on the website. This didn't come with any. But looking at the pictures of the assembly, the finished assembly on the website, it was pretty self-explanatory how this is supposed to go. You have the smaller standoffs here. I mean, you can see it's got the smaller standoff with the smaller screw that goes through from the bottom, and then the taller standoff, and then the screw that goes through from the top. You have to remove all of your original plastic standoffs for the screws to be able to be long enough. They're not long enough to go through these, and it's not designed to use these, so those all pop off of there. This one here is designed for the PCBs that have the hole in the middle. This will pop through, I had to learn by trial and error here, this will pop through the actual PCB. This part here, this will pop through there, and then your screw actually goes through from the bottom side on this here. But since there's no middle one, we don't have to worry about that. But, so there it is. I mean, you can see that it's a pretty neat device here. It protects the board, and it pretty well designed, well crafted, and it was obvious from the pictures that the Lexan or the acrylic goes on top of the metal piece to keep it from getting marred up and scratched up, and you scratch up the Lexan part or the acrylic as opposed to the metal part, so it keeps the metal part nice. So it's just sandwiched here, and you can see it's the acrylic, the metal part, then the acrylic, the metal part, and the acrylic. So yeah, acrylic, metal, metal, acrylic, and the standoffs in between. And then of course here's the back side. I think I have this upside down. I think this piece here is supposed to be the other way around, because when we have it like this with the logo, you should have the Scanline City and the Made in USA. I think I have this bottom part on upside down, but I don't want to take it back apart. You get the idea. Like I say, the only downside I can say is that there's no instructions. That would have been a little easier to have this come with instructions. And if they're on the website and I overlooked them, then I apologize, but I looked pretty thoroughly and I didn't see any instructions. And if I missed them, I apologize about that. But even without the instructions, it was pretty self-explanatory. Like I say, you can look at the pictures on the website, and it's not idiot proof. It's not idiot proof, but it's idiot resistant, because they can always build a better idiot. So yeah, it's not bad. I mean, I would recommend it, but like I say, there's no real way to mount this in a cabinet. So obviously you can connect your JAMA Edge connector here, your harness, and then it just kind of is meant to be used for maybe a supergun setup or something like that. But other than that, there's not really any way to mount this in your cabinet. That's the only real downside to this, but they are developing a procedure or modifying this. I'm not sure how, whether it's maybe there's a metal standoff or something. They are modifying this to be able to use this in an actual cabinet. But for the time being, if you were to order one right now, it would come just like this, and you can use this as obviously a protector for your board. And they have MK1, 2, 3, 4, the Ninja Turtles, all the Konami games, and they're coming out with the ones for the shmups, a couple shmups, and otherwise, yeah, here's the heatsink for the audio circuit for the amplifier. They got exhaust fins for that. But see, when I saw this as a prototype, I could have sworn that it was white and not metal and acrylic, but that could have been an early prototype, or maybe I'm just remembering incorrectly. But this is still pretty awesome. I must say, for what it is pretty awesome. And if you're looking for something to display your board, to protect it on your supergun, or even maybe, you know, put it in your cabinet and just lay it down, sit like that, hook it up. It still works and functions the same way. But in the cabinet, I must say, if you were to put this in a cabinet, even if you're able to mount it with, let's say, if you just hollowed out the inserts or made your own standoffs and put a long screw, even if you were to mount this in an actual cabinet, it kind of takes away from the whole purpose, because you can't see it. You can't see it and enjoy it and get your money's worth out of the effort to purchase it and put it together and have it displayed. You really can't get your money's worth by having it in a cabinet, because you're not able to display it or look at it or enjoy it. I think this is mostly meant for a supergun or a display purpose, like on a shelf or something maybe. But yeah, that being said, I think this is an awesome product. I recommend it if you want to have something to display your board and make it look nice. I say go for it. The only downside is not being able to enjoy it if you're putting it in an actual cabinet. Otherwise, yeah, I would say this is a good product, very well manufactured, awesome laser etching, awesome, you know, I imagine it's precision cut, diamond cut. Not sure how you would describe that. I'm not a technical person when it comes to that. But yes, I think this is pretty sweet for what it is. And yeah, go check out Scanline City. I believe it's scanlinecity.com. Let me look and see what the email says. Yep, scanlinecity.com. And I think that's about it. Thanks for watching, and I'm glad I could show this off to people. And if I, you know, misspoke, or if you go to the website and you see the instructions in 10 seconds and you're like, man, that guy's an idiot. Sorry about that, but I didn't see him on there. But like I say, if you look at the pictures on the website, it's pretty self-explanatory. You can't really mess it up. You know, obviously your feet would go on the bottom, and so on and so forth. So there's only four. There's only 4 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4. The rest of the screws just screw right to the Lexan or the acrylic. So there you have it. Pretty sweet product. I recommend it if you want to display or store your boards. At least gives you something nice to show to people. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the restoration coming soon here of the MK3 cabinet. I'm going to be restoring it to an original MK3, not Ultimate. because it's something I've always wanted to do, and there's already plans in work to have somebody come and get that cabinet from me, and I'll tell that whole story once the restoration is complete. Otherwise, stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching this. Hopefully you had an interesting experience, and hopefully you learned something, and if you want to get one of these, pick it up. I'll post a link down below, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.